Hello everyone, my name is Brad McClure. Today I want to talk to you about how you can get a free Ford owner's guide for your Ford motor vehicle. My name is Brad McClure. I'm the Ford Technical Recruiting Liaison in Oklahoma. My phone number is 918-928-7433, and you can email me at oklahomaautoprofessional@gmail.com. First off, we're going to go to your web browser and you're going to type in motorcraftservice.com and you'll hit enter. And when you hit enter, you should come to a page that looks like this. You're going to create a username by register today, and you're going to click on register today. Okay, on this first page, it's going to have you create a new account. You will create a username. You will put your first and last name in, what country you're from, your email that you're going to use for your recovery if you need to, and user type, whether you're a independent repair facility, a locksmith, a do-it-yourself, a vocational school, or other. So then you can put in a password, and those are required fields. Then at the bottom, you're going to have some agreements of how they're going to use your information, and you got to agree to these or you won't be able to get into the website, and you hit submit. Now, I've already got a login, so I'm going to go to my login screen. Okay, so once you're logged in and you have your username made and you know what you're going to be using as a username and a password, you'll get to this page, and I want to talk about this page just a little bit. You'll have your home screen here. When you click on that, it just takes you right back to where the login screen is. You'll have information here that you can go through drop downs, but most of this information is the same as this up here. So you can go to service information, and here's where you can buy the subscription to the online service repair manuals from Ford Motor Company. This is the same thing that dealerships use, and so it's $2,700 a year, and you get from 1994 to current. So if you're interested in that, that's one thing you do. They also have training tabs set up here, and you can get some of the training on Ford motor vehicles. It does cost a little bit to take these courses, but they're really good courses. And if you want to know more about training with Ford, you can contact me and I can hook you up with some of the training programs that Ford Motor Company has. Some of them are low and no cost. Some of them you can get into and you can start as a Ford technician at a dealership. Pretty easy and get a jump start on your training. Okay, and the next one is key codes. I don't use this, but there's some other people out there that could, like locksmiths, aftermarket repair facilities that may do keys. I don't do that particular thing anymore, so dealerships have their own system they go into. Then you have diagnostic tool support. Here, if you click on home, you'll go to the overview and you can learn about the Ford diagnostic equipment that they have and the software. Software is pretty expensive on this. You have to pay $900 a year to have the right to use the software on these, which is really insignificant when you consider how much it costs to pay somebody to work on your vehicles. If you hook a scanner up to your Ford, as little as 6 times in a year, and it costs $150 each time they hook it up, you can definitely save some money that way. So if you're interested in that, this is where you go. They've got the software, they got the system requirements, the IDS, the FJDS, and the FDRS. It goes through. You can buy the software and the hardware. It tells you what computers, and it has a support page there if you need to get to that. There's a place for my subscriptions if you subscribe to anything from Ford, and I don't have anything there, so it's not going to show anything. And then you'll have a My Account page. I'm not going to click on it. So here's the free resources. This is the main reason we're here today. So first off, if you click on that, you have body repair manuals, and I clicked on that. And if you're into fabricating vehicles and doing some stuff to the frames and to the bodies, this could be really valuable to you. If you do any kind of repairs or something, you can look at that. There's some free information in there to help you about construction and body panels, stuff like that. There's OBD2 theory and operation. I'm going to click on that, just kind of show you. You can go from 2019 down to 1996. This also has a section for the Mercury Villager from a 2002 down to 1996. So if you still have a Villager, this would actually work for you. So let's go back up to our free resources. There's some other free information here. They got some tools and equipment, which will basically take you back to the IDS screen. Which you click that, it takes you back to the same information. Quick links, there's a place there that you could click I got to click over here on the connectivity. I have no idea what this is really used for. I think it's used for radios, radio connectivity of some sort. I'm not 100% sure on that. I've never used it. I don't know exactly what it's for. Uh, you have some paper CD manuals. If you go into this section, it'll actually take you to a different website called Helm Incorporated, and this is the company that prints all the workshop manuals for all these different makes and models vehicles. And you can go in here and you can buy some of this information. You can get CD-ROMs. I know we looked up a 2019 F-150, and you can buy the CD-ROM for about 190 bucks for that 2019 F-150. And it's probably the same for just about the rest of them. So you'd have to have a CD-ROM to be able to use the Ford diagnostic software that way. So I'm not going to click on it because we're not interested in that. We also have instruction sheets, which is, I didn't really find a whole lot of information in that. When I clicked it, you could put in your model year, say 2019. Let's do an F-150, and voila, I didn't find anything information in there. I'm not sure what vehicles will have any information in it. If you want to poke around in that, you might find it. So the main thing I really wanted to get here, so we had quick guides. This is pretty interesting here. This is how to take care of your diesel, some tool information, how to load and unload a camper. It's got different information here about some of the electric vehicles, the C-Maxes. Got some warranty information down at the bottom, and some towing information. So those are good resources, and that's all free. Ford's given to us. So let's get to the owner information. This is the main one I wanted to go after. Now I have a 2010 Mustang, so I'm going to use that as an example. So we got a 2010, and we go down here and we put Mustang in. And you could, if you have the VIN, you could put your VIN in right here, and that would work also. So you can go to Find My Vehicle. Now you get a lot of information on this screen here. So you got some warranty guides, you got some tire warranties, you got sync, some guides on your sync and how to hook it up and how to operate it. You got Sirius satellite if you have Sirius satellite. Now if you have a Shelby GT 500, it's got some supplemental information there. Scheduled maintenance guide, that is very important if you need to have that. Some roadside assistance, quick reference guide, and owner's guides and navigation systems if you have a navigation system. Now I want to go to the owner's guide. Now when you look at these, it has owner's guide manual printing 1, 2, and 3. Always go for the largest number because that is the most current updated version. It has the newest, best information. Anything that needs to be corrected, it's usually going to be corrected in that bigger number. So I want to show you how this works. So you download it. It is a PDF. If you wanted to download it, you'd hit this download button and it would pull it up, and you would see a window. Now I've already got this saved there, and I tell you where to save it. You can change the name of it and you can save it so you can have this PDF later. And of course I clicked save. I didn't mean to click save, but anyway, there we go on that, and you could save the information. Now what's really cool about this owner's guide is if you do it as a PDF, it will also do the exact same thing I'm going to show you here. So see the finger pointer. If you have an arrow, you can't do anything, but if you have a finger there, you can actually click on different areas and it'll take you right to it. So let's take a look at fuses. So now I could go down here and I could search through all this, and I could probably find the fuses, and it would help me to do that. Now they may not have everything listed, so what I like to do is I like to go to the index, and I click on index, and then I go down to fuses in the F's. So there's E. Okay, so here's F's, here's the fuses, and that's page 214, 215. Now I could go back that way just by dragging the scroll on the right hand side of the screen, or I could just click on it and it would take me straight to the fuses. Now this will give you some information. It'll talk to you about fuses and teach you a little bit about fuses. It'll tell you about the different fuses that Ford uses, the mini fuses, the standard fuses, the max fuses, cartridges, and the fusible links. It'll give you the colors of the different fuses and how many amps they are for the colors. And then also this particular vehicle, the Mustang, has two different fuse panels. One's inside the vehicle and one is under the engine compartment under the hood. So this will actually tell you where it's at. The fuse panel is located in the lower passenger side area behind the kick panel. Open the trim panel door and remove the fuse cover to access the fuses. And then it gives you some instructions. And this is what a fuse panel would look like. inside the vehicle. And if you look at the chart actually goes along. So you'd have fuse number 1 is a 30 amp. So you go over here and here's fuse number 1, and that's where your 30 amp fuse would be. Now, one of the things that goes bad that an owner should know where the fuse is everybody charges their cell phones in their cars, and those fuses sometimes blow because we put too many chargers on them, or we let the charger, when we unplug it from the phone, dangle down there and it shorts out and it burns the fuse. So this one is called a PowerPoint in a Ford. Now, it's actually in the second fuse box called the power distribution box, which this power distribution box is located in the engine compartment. The power distribution box contains high current fuses that protect your vehicle's main electrical systems from overloads. And it's got some warning there. Anyway, it's set up kind of the same way. You got your numbered areas here inside the fuse box, and then you have the chart tells you where it's at. Now we're looking for PowerPoint. Right away, I see right here on this first section we have a PowerPoint. This is the body one. Now there's two different ones inside this Mustang. There's one inside the little armrest cover, and they call that the body PowerPoint. And then they have one up on the instrument panel. So I'm interested in the one on the instrument panel, but let's keep a note of this one here. This is fuse location number 5. So if we find number 5 up there on our chart, we would see that it is a 20 amp fuse, and this is number 5, but that's not the one I'm interested in. So let's go down and see if we can find another PowerPoint. And right there it is. I see the PowerPoint for the instrument panel, and it is fuse position number 22, and it is also a 20 amp fuse. So we go back up here and we find fuse number 22, and it's a 20 amp fuse. So I would take a look at that and I would test it and see if it was good. Sometimes you can just look at them and see that it's blowing, you put another fuse in it, and if it doesn't blow, then it was probably caused because of the charge cable. Anyway, that's how you use the owner's guide manual, and if you download it as a PDF, it'll work the same way. I tested it, and it does work that way. So if you have a Ford vehicle and you would like to be able to get a free owner's guide, this is the website to go to, and I hope this helps you today. My name's Brad McClure, and I'm with Oklahoma Auto Professionals at gmail.com, 918-928-7433. Give me a call if you're interested in going to work for Ford Motor Company at a dealership to become an automotive technician. Thank you. Bye-bye.